Hi, Quincy. Hi, Hannibal. Hi, I'm Brody, and it's time for me to make my iTunes bracket. I've talked about it on air. I've done a blog about it. I'll actually be updating that blog with these picks as I make them over the course of the day. But what it is it's bracket time. I'm sure you've, there goes my phone. I'm sure you've already registered for your bracket so you can make your picks and enter the $1 Million Bracket Challenge. If you did register, make sure you fill out your bracket by Thursday. That's what I'm doing right now. And I've got a very complicated, overly complicated, most people say, method of picking my bracket. So what I do is we've got our bracket. I haven't completely filled this one out yet, but I've got it going on my computer down here. And we've got all 64 teams in the bracket. So I put those into a spreadsheet. Let's go ahead, Ben, if you can get a picture. I put all the teams into a spreadsheet. So we got Villanova. I just go right down the line. We've got Villanova. That was the first team. And what I do is I come over here. Now, the last song to be playing was America, I Need You. So we're not going to do that. Oh, I got to mute this because we can't have music playing. And if iTunes, there we go. That should be off.
America's not going to be happy with that.
There we go. So,
America the band, not America the country.
Yeah. So, there we go. It was only like 5 seconds, it's okay. So, we've got, so we're going to go ahead. I've got my playlist on shuffle, and we'll go to the next song, which is The Hollies. I don't even know how to pronounce that, but it's from their 1966 album, Would You Believe? It's called Devi Avar Bit in Me. So that now becomes the very first song. That will be assigned to Villanova, the Hollies. Let me go ahead and move that over. So we got Devi Avar Fiducia.
Oh, man. I hope they don't win. That's
In Me by the Hollies. And then we drop that into our playlist of 2017 the bracket, since we probably can't say those words in relation to this. But now I also have a losers bracket. So when I go through the playlist, and let's go ahead and Wildfire by Ramin Djawadi, which is from the Game of Thrones score. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and use that. Wildfire by Ramin Djawadi. He's the composer on Game of Thrones. So then we go ahead and move that into the 27 March the March thing. And now we've got these two songs. Eventually this is going to be 64 songs long. And then I will shuffle them all again. And then whichever song plays first, whether it is the Hollies song or the Game of Thrones song, that team advances. And it doesn't matter who it is, whether it is number 1 Villanova or number 16, whichever team it ends up being, it doesn't matter. That team moves on. That's just how the process goes. Now, I know what you're saying, brother, there's no way you're going to win with this. I know that. I'm going to enter the $1 million. I'm not going to win that. I'm not going to have a perfect bracket whatsoever because 9 times out of 10, that number 16 is going to go on in the bracket anyway. But I have picked 3 of the last 6 winners. I've been doing this for 6 years. This is my 6th year. Or something, I don't know. I've been doing this since 2011. I've done this for 6 tournaments. I've picked 3 of them. So this will be my 7th one. Hopefully I can pick the winner on this one, including Villanova last year. So what I'm going to do is this is actually going to take me a while. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to make my selections, and then we will be back in as soon as I'm done, probably an hour and a half, 2 hours, and we will go through my entire bracket to find out which number 12 team I have winning, which is probably as good. I've got my cold pizza right here for lunch. I've got my Dr. Pepper. It's going to be a long afternoon, late morning, early afternoon that I'm going to be in here doing this, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'll see you in a little bit right here on Kick FM. Hi, Kick FM. It's been, like 3 hours since I said, hey, I'm going to make my picks. Well, I got sidelined a few things that I had to take care of around the office, but I do have the picks all done. And there goes my alert again is, oh, I know what it is. It's the alert that we're now live. Since we're not on my phone, it's the alert on my phone saying, hey, we're live. So that's what that is. Now we know. Yeah, I put the entire bracket through my iTunes randomizer. Everything went on shuffle to figure out what the bracket is. Now, I will say, I've actually got a pretty good championship game, so this may be a fourth correct pick. So yeah, that could be fun. But I will also say first team to go out is a number one because Villanova does not go through. It goes to a to be determined team.
I see.
Again, this is all completely random. If I make a bad choice up here and you're just like, that would never happen. I know that. I know it would never happen like that.
Right.
But then now
So you got the first 16 seed in history ever defeating a 1 seed.
Exactly.
Right off the bat. Good start.
That's how we go. And then we've got Virginia Tech. That's a number 9 over a number 8. So that could go either way.
Yeah.
After that, we've got NC Wilmington, Eastern Tennessee. I'm not going to go through the songs that represent these teams because that's just way too much. These 32, probably right here is when I'll get through these. I've got USC or this other to be determined game. Baylor over New Mexico State. I've got Marquette. Yeah, I got Marquette over South Carolina. And this one, Duke. I know it's Duke over Troy. This one I've got Gonzaga. So I did get a number 1 going past the first round. As I think should be. I've got Northwestern over Vanderbilt. I believe it's Princeton. Yeah, Princeton. West Virginia. Xavier. Though I will say, they don't make it all the way to the final round, and I was kind of hoping they would because they had the A-team theme. Yes, I have that in my library. I was really hoping for Xavier to make it, but they did not. So spoiler alert on that. Florida, wait, where are we? That was Xavier. Florida State,
Florida Gulf Coast.
Florida State, VCU, and
On Arizona.
North Dakota going on. Over on this side, Kansas went out.
Kansas out? All right.
Yeah,
So you got
2 number 1s.
2 16s moving on.
To be determined teams. We've got Michigan State. And that is how you know this is random, because I am a Michigan fan. I would never have Michigan State go forward in anything. I would always just automatically vote them gone. Iowa State. Purdue. Rhode Island. And Oregon. And then we've got... there's my Michigan. Go Wolverines. This is Jacksonville.
All right, so my pick is out now because I had Louisville going the whole thing.
Going the whole way. Of course, North Carolina, so I do have 2 number 1s.
Brandon Underwood says this is going to be the first ever perfect bracket, which is grossly optimistic of you, Brandon.
Fingers crossed. Thank you, Brandon. We've got Arkansas. Middle Tennessee State over Minnesota. I've got Winthrop over Butler. I had KSU, or whatever this to be determined, KSU Wake Forest over Cincinnati. That's the problem with going random. It favors the TBD.
You're going all TBD this year.
We're going to have a championship game between to be determined and to be determined. And then we've got UCLA. Yeah.
Dayton.
Wichita State and Kentucky. So that's my 32. You can see that I've got 2 number 1s going out, but I've also got 2 number 1s moving on. So we'll see how this goes. So now to break it down. Now what have we got? Well, between the to be determined and Virginia Tech, who do you think goes on, Ben?
Between to be determined and
Virginia Tech.
I got to go TBD.
It is TBD.
I'll ride them out.
That was represented. That was one of the first that we went with in the first video. It was Wildfire from Game of Thrones, the Game of Thrones song. Virginia Tech was I'm Hurtin' by Roy Orbison. Now we have Wilmington and Eastern Tennessee. Who do you think?
The bottom one.
Eastern Tennessee? No, it was NC Wilmington. That was Magic Bus by The Who over 1977 by The Clash.
Ah.
Yeah, you're really getting a feel of my of my music library. Now we've got To Be Determined and Baylor.
Come on, TBD.
It is TBD.
All right.
Represented
TBD
by,
moving on.
That was Come On, Come Out by A Fine Frenzy, and you've got Do You Love Me by Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds with Baylor. Now we've got Marquette and Duke.
Duke.
You going with Duke? Yep, it was Duke.
All right.
This was represented by the 60s, 70s band Marmalade over Earth, Wind, and Fire. Marquette.
Ah, with the upset.
Yeah. So we've got Gonzaga and Northwestern.
Zags.
Yeah, it was
All right.
Gonzaga. Carly Simon over Sugar Ray. Yep.
With Sugar Ray.
Invisible off Floored.
All right.
Now we've got Princeton and West Virginia.
Princeton.
Princeton? It is Princeton. Incredibad by The Lonely Island over a Flaming Lips song.
Okay.
We'll just go a Flaming Lips song.
So Princeton's the Lonely Island?
Yeah, Princeton is Lonely Island.
I might be pulling for them from here on out now.
Now we have Xavier, which was the A team over
I forgot about the A team.
over Florida State, which was Days Go By Keith Urban.
A team.
Xavier was
All right.
Xavier.
Sorry, Keith Urban.
And we got VCU and North Dakota. That's Roll Me Away by Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band, or Surfin' Safari by the Beach Boys.
2 good ones. Seeger.
Seeger? Yep. And then over here, To Be Determined
The
over
dumbest
Michigan
thing
State.
I've ever seen.
We've got Rod Stewart and the Easy Beats.
Rod Stewart.
You gonna go? Nope, it was Michigan State.
Oh, they're taking out TBD.
Sorry, To Be Determined.
Apologies.
We've got Iowa State and Purdue.
Purdue.
Okay, it was Purdue. Iowa State was Sam Cooke, You Were Meant for Me, or You Were Made for Me. She Belongs to Me by Bob Dylan. So was Purdue.
So Dylan over Sam Cooke that time?
Yeah,
Okay.
Dylan over Sam Cooke. Now we got Rhode Island and Oregon. Rhode Island is Power Man 5000, a metal band from the late 90s, versus the Flying Burrito Brothers.
Ducks. Burrito Brothers.
Nope, Power Man 5000,
Oh.
so it's Rhode Island.
Rhode Island. Okay.
And now we've got Michigan with the Foo Fighters, Friend of a Friend, or Jacksonville State, Lou Reed, Coney Island Baby.
You gave your favorite team the Foo Fighters?
Yep.
All right. Jayville.
You gonna go with Jayville? Nope, it was Michigan.
Of course
And the
it
Foo
was.
Fighters.
Rigged.
Probably not after this round, I think it is.
Sam says it doesn't matter who you pick. I'm going to beat you.
Sam is probably true.
Yeah.
North
That's a
Carolina,
fair assessment, Sam.
North Carolina or Arkansas?
North Carolina.
It was North Carolina.
All right.
That was Elvis Costello over Warren Zevon, 2 of my all-time favorite artists. That was weird.
Tough call.
If I was going on the artist, I probably would have gone Warren Zevon. But now we got Middle Tennessee and Winthrop.
Winthrop.
Winthrop, that was Suspicious Minds by Dwight Yoakam, another one of my favorite artists. But no, it went to the progressive rock band Man. So
Okay.
yeah, Mid Tennessee. So we got another to be determined or UCLA.
TBD.
You gotta go with TBD? Nope. It was Somebody Knows You Now by Brad Paisley for UCLA over Fly Like an Eagle by Steve Miller Band.
Oh.
Yeah. And then we got Wichita State and Kentucky.
I'll go Wildcats.
All right, that was California Nights by Sweet for Wichita State, and of course Cake, Stick Shifts and Safety Belts by for Kentucky, and it was Kentucky.
All right.
So that is that round, and
Not
now
a
we're
big
gonna
Cake
go.
fan.
Yeah. All right, so we've got two to be determines in. We've got two to be determineds gone. We've got two number ones gone and two number ones in. So let's see where we go with this. To be determined or North Carolina Wilmington?
TBD.
Nope. NC Wilmington.
Well,
To be
I didn't put
determined.
money
Duke.
on that. I gotta go with my gut here, Brody. TBD.
It is actually TBD.
Right.
Taking out Duke, which I believe is number 3. What are they? They're a number 2 seed. So Gonzaga or Princeton?
Gonzaga.
They're gonna go, all right, they did move along.
All right.
Over Princeton. Xavier or VCU?
How about VCU?
It was actually Xavier this time.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. A-team representative.
Oh, right. I forgot that. Xavier, A-team.
Michigan's. Okay, they're just paging us, but not us. We got Michigan State and Purdue. Who do you think my iTunes went with on this one?
Michigan State took out TBD. I'll carry on with them. Michigan State.
It was Michigan State. Now we got Rhode Island and Michigan, who went ahead in this one.
Well, this one's rigged, so Michigan.
It was Michigan.
You can go ahead and put them through. I know you got Michigan beating
now
Michigan
we've got
State.
North Carolina and Middle Tennessee.
Carolina.
It was North Carolina. And UCLA and Kentucky?
Go Kentucky.
All right. It was actually UCLA
Okay.
on this one. Sorry, I started writing what he
Got
said.
carried away here.
Yeah, UCLA. That's
Okay.
who I have. Now for the next one, we've got Wilmington and To Be Determined.
All right, what are the songs again here?
Okay, we've got Magic Bus by The Who
Good one.
versus Come On, Come Out by A Fine Frenzy.
Don't know it. NC West.
And that's Wilmington.
Or yeah,
But
well,
no, it's To Be
whatever.
Determined is
All right.
my iTunes one.
went
Fine Frenzy
against my gut on that one.
So we got Carly Simon representing Gonzaga or the A-team representing Xavier.
A-team.
It is not. It was Gonzaga.
All right, so in the, I don't know if we're allowed to say what the 4 things are, but in the top 4,
In the
we
top
have a
4,
TBD versus Gonzaga on one side.
Yes. And over here we've got Michigan State versus Michigan. This is Friday on My Mind by the Easy Beats or Friend of a Friend by the Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters.
You think of the Foo Fighters?
I think Foo Fighters.
No, it was actually Michigan State.
Maybe it's not rigged.
Yeah. And then now we've got North Carolina, which is Tears Before Bedtime by Elvis Costello, or Somebody Knows You Now by Brad Paisley representing UCLA.
Brad Paisley.
Nope, North Carolina.
All right.
So we got 2 number ones, a TBD, and wherever Michigan State was, I believe that was a 9. Yeah, they were a 9, a number 9. So, who do
This
you
is
think
actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Who do you think makes the top or makes the final game?
I will say, based solely on this ridiculous selection, TBD over Gonzaga.
TBD. So you think it's going to be TBD over Gonzaga?
Yes.
Nope, it is
Gonzaga?
actually Gonzaga.
All right.
And
Realistically,
Michigan State-
probably a good pick. Michigan State over
Or North Carolina.
Michigan State versus Tar Heels.
You're gonna. That is actually where my iTunes landed.
Okay, that's actually really good.
That is not a bad
That-
championship game.
Considering
And
this
if-
is completely random.
And if your championship game looks like this, that's actually pretty good. If the rest of your black bracket looks anything like that, including a TBD in the ultimate quad, then you're not doing too hot.
All right.
You're not doing too hot. 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 You we'll call it.
All right, ultimate quad.
In the ultimate
you can say that.
quad, that is a terrible, terrible bracket.
Right.
So do not use this method if you want to win the $1 million that you can actually still register for. We thought that you had to be registered by yesterday. Turns out you don't. So you can still register online at 979kickfm.com. Get registered for the $1 million bracket challenge. Do not use this method. Maybe have this as your final. That could work. Hey, Michigan State would actually be a pretty good one because they're a tough team and they are. I mean, they're not highly ranked, but they're.
It's not ridiculous that they would be in the
like having a TBD,
quad, super quad, whatever you called
quad. And who do you think I have winning?
North Carolina.
I actually do have North Carolina winning. So
that is.
I don't know what I'm
that
gonna
is
do.
a thing that could actually happen.
Yeah,
so.
I don't know what my tiebreaker for the score is going to be. I think it might be a pretty high scoring game. So let's go 79 to 73. Although the other way around.
Okay.
So.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. So that's my final. I use my iTunes method to do this. We have Elvis Costello over Carly Simon is how that shakes out. Feel free to fill out your brackets. I'll be putting these videos into a blog so you can actually read it and figure out my whole method to the madness. I've done 3 of the past 6. Accurately picked the champion 3 of the past 6 times using this method, including last year with Villanova, the year before that with Duke, in 2013 with Louisville. So we could have it with North Carolina. Who knows? Thanks for following along, and I will talk to you later. Kick FM.